The other day I got asked an interesting question. Is marriage still relevant for today? Great question. Let's hear the answer. Stick around. Hi, I'm Brett, your favorite shrink, and welcome back. This is My 5 Minds and the new brand that we're working on, which is Yoga Psychology, which is basically the psychology behind our yoga practices. Because how we think about things from a yoga point of view is very different than how we think about things from a psychological point of view or a traditional psych point of view. Today, in playing with this new psychology, playing with the new way of seeing things, I got to answer a question that somebody asked me that I thought was so cool. I was talking about my book, and you may have already seen it, You Can Be Right or You Can Be Married. And I was just talking about marriage and how marriage works, and somebody asked this awesome question. Is marriage relevant? Do we even need to have marriage anymore? Is it something that we need as a society more? Or is it old, archaic, something we need to get rid of? That's a pretty cool question. The reason I like that question is because it's out of the box. That's a taboo. We don't attack sacred institutions, and one of the most sacred institutions we have is marriage. So this question was totally attacking marriage. I thought it was awesome. I love that. I love thinking about fundamental things and really understanding why we do what we do. So here's my question back. My question back to you. What's the function? Why do we have a marriage? Why do we have marriages? If marriage is to keep our society together, if marriage is to keep us from going around having sex with everybody and passing STDs all over the world, I'd say no. I think marriage is not relevant. Marriage is not necessary because we're not animals. We're not out of control. I think we can restrain ourselves somewhat. And so if that's the only reason you want to have marriage is to try and hold the fabric of society together, I think it's lame. But think about this. What if marriage serves a different purpose? What if marriage helps you grow? I always think of it as marriage rubs our edges off. When we come into a relationship, we all got edges. We all have our own idiosyncrasies, our own foibles, our own faults. You know what marriage does? It helps us grow. It helps us grow in ways that nothing else could help us grow. And the reason for that is because the marriage vows that we take them kind of seriously. And legally, we make it a real problem to try and break those vows. So what happens in marriage is that we got to stick it out. We got to figure it out. We got to work it out. And that, I think, is a good thing. And that alone, I think, is worth having marriage because it helps us grow. Think about this. If I have a job and I don't like my boss, or I don't like my job, or I don't like what's going on, I don't have to stick around. I don't have to learn anything. I can just leave. If I'm in a dating relationship, I don't stick around. If something goes wrong and I don't like what's happening, I don't have to grow. I don't have to learn. I don't have to figure things out. I can just leave. Even kids, if they're not getting along with parents, once they hit 18, they don't have to stick around. They're out of there. They don't have to ever call their parents again. Any situation you can think of in society and life, we get an easy out. We get an escape. We get a way to run away if it's not working out. But marriage, the commitment we make in marriage, makes it difficult to do that. And I think that serves and has value. Because otherwise, I would just point my finger at my spouse and I'd just go, they're the problem, I'm out of here. But because it's not so easy to do that, after a while pointing my finger at my spouse, I then have to look at all the fingers pointing back at me and figure out, okay, what am I doing? What do I need to learn? What is going on here for me that I can change and improve? I can't change the other person because I have tried for years. But if I'm going to stick around and be sane, I need to look at me. And I need to look at what I'm doing. And here's what I really believe. That if you look at yourself, you grow, you become the best person that you can be in the worst circumstance that you can be. If this marriage really sucks, if this marriage is really bad, if you can be the best you and be in this bad situation, then yes, you get permission to go. But most of us don't do that. Most of us don't figure out how to be the best us. Figure out what the best us even looks like. We just point our fingers, we blame, and figure they're the problem. I don't have anything here to learn. I'm out. That's a poor reason to leave a marriage. Figure out you. So let me give you an exercise. And the exercise looks like this. If my spouse was here for a reason, if my getting married wasn't a fluke, wasn't an accident, wasn't some prearranged thing by some arbitrary partners or arbitrary people, if I pick this, and if unconsciously I picked it for a reason, or if there's a God and God has us together for a reason, what is it? What am I here to learn? What is it I'm here to learn from this person? What do I need to know so I can grow? Because if I can grow and I can learn and I can be the best person I can be, hopefully my partner comes along. Hopefully my partner grows too. And then we can have a new relationship, a better relationship, a healthy relationship. But if they can't, and I grow, and they don't, then, like I said a minute ago, then I got a good exit strategy. I've learned, I've grown, I've changed, and now it's time for me to go. But most people don't grow. They don't change. They just want to go. And that's not going to be okay. I believe that this world is not an accident. I believe your life is not an accident. I believe there's purpose to what's happening for you and to you. And I believe that if you can learn from this situation, no matter how difficult or painful it may be, and be a better person, then it has value. So is marriage relevant for our world? Depends. Depends on what you're in for. If you're into grow, if you're into learn, if you're into bettering yourself, then yes, marriage is going to serve you well because marriage is hard. But if you're in it for just gratification or just social norms, then the marriage doesn't have much relevance. So you decide what you want out of your life and out of your relationships. Again, I'm Brett, your favorite shrink, and thanks for watching. Take care.